All right, the next operation involves chinking and backer rod. Let's start with our backer rod here. This is the material that actually provides a structure to apply your chinking to. So in other words, your two framing members, the backer rod slides right in between, and that supports the chinking on the front. Now this is a friction fit, so you slide it in there good and tight. That provides the backing for all the chinking. Now this is the same material we used on the original log cabin over 20 years ago in the lodge style log home. What's nice about this is it has kind of the texture of the old fashioned chinking, but because it's acrylic you don't have to worry about it cracking and peeling out like the old stuff. If you look at the chinking from the original cabin over 20 years ago, it's in absolutely perfect shape. This stuff really lasts. Now one tool that really makes applying chink easy is a gun like we're using here. It squirts it out in a very even fashion. And many times you'll see some of the old masters will use like one of the cake decorating tools where they put it in the end and squeeze it out. But for people that haven't decorated a lot of cakes, this is not a bad way to go. So now once we get the chinking in place, now it's just a matter of we have a little spray bottle here and we have our blade. We aren't going to like scrape this across. What we want to do is we just want a tool. In fact, we really don't even want any chinking to stick to the blade. So I'm going to kind of wet this down with a little bit of water, not too much because we don't want it to run. And I'm just going to start working the chinking a little bit. Sometimes you want to put just a little on the chinking itself. And the idea here is to just kind of work the chinking onto the grooves. Just kind of work it into place. You can see it's important to keep a little bit of moisture on the chink. If it's too dry, it grabs onto your blade. Then you end up with a mess. You don't want this stuff sticking to your blade at all.